Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. There's something on this platform that incredibly bothers me. I did a video about it on Christmas Eve, the video where I was talking about brand safe influencers, and I've had enough of influencer culture. Have you? Nobody on this platform seems to look out for the user or the viewer. They're looking out for their own best interest, their ability to get nice interviews with people, their ability to get products from manufacturers and be seen as brand safe so they can continue their YouTube career and be able to collaborate with companies and others on the platform. When, in my opinion, in our very modern consumer culture, we're supposed to be looking out for you. I don't like the term influencer. It should mean something good, and I talk about what I think it should mean in this video, but that's not what it means anymore. It means something very disgusting. So let's go over this I want to go over it with CF Moto. CF Moto is a company that turned features of their motorcycle into a subscription after the sale. I did a video on this. CF Moto turns $900 purchase into a subscription after people bought it. And there's this gentleman, The Dirty Workshop, that has a channel where he goes over some motorcycle stuff. I wanted to read his comment on this video. I have questions. Do you say the same thing about TVs? You can buy a TV with YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon already installed. Do you moan that they have a subscription also? Do you have any original purchase documentation in one of these T boxes? My response. These items tell you up front what is and isn't a paid subscription. They do not change the terms of the sale after the sale. Amazon Prime is a delivery service whereby I am paying for ongoing storage, fuel, and personnel costs associated with free next day delivery. When you buy a TV with Netflix installed, Netflix doesn't retroactively charge you to use the TV's power button. How you compare either of these to a $900 motorcycle stats box that was sold as functional hardware, then held hostage behind a paywall is beyond me. With regards to televisions, yes, my YouTube channel does have several videos criticizing, or moaning in your passive-aggressive vernacular, smart televisions and their process of being configured to sell your personal data by default. The difference is that I can disconnect them from the internet and they still function as televisions, whereas CF Moto's box becomes a $900 paperweight. With regards to original purchase documentation, I responded to CF Moto's director of marketing and have yet to hear back 2 days later. Just a note for those listening now. It's been 1 week. I have yet to hear back anything. I asked him for the original marketing materials to see if any of them mentioned that this would become a subscription, and I patiently await his reply. You're either arguing in bad faith, or you're the exact type of customer these companies dream about. Someone who will defend getting screwed and ask for more. Unlike your post beating around the bush, I'll be direct. I find you to be a tool, and I have no respect for you. I stand by this post. Next is a video from somebody who, a similar subscriber count, talking about this and defending the company. This is Spite's Corner. CF Moto subscription pissed off the entire internet. He has a 10-minute video, and he kind of implies that I'm an asshole. And I'd like to discuss what he was going over in this video and discuss with you. I did a video on CF Moto turning this into a subscription, and I got a very long email from the marketing manager of CF Moto USA. He was making a distinction between CF Moto Global and then CF Moto USA. CF Moto USA is looks like a subsidiary of CF Moto Global. They did not turn this into a subscription for customers in the United States. They just turned it into a subscription for people in every other country all over the world. And he was saying that this video is miscorrect and it has misinformation in it because you should know that CF Moto Global and CF Moto USA are separate and they are not the same. And we are not doing that in the USA. So we want to know how you're correcting your video. Now, he didn't say... He did come out and say, listen, man, I understand people don't like subscriptions. I'm just the marketing manager. There's not much I can do here at CF Moto USA. I just want to make clear that at CF Moto USA, as long as I work at the subsidiary, I am going to be fighting for us to never have the subscription shit. He had to come out and say, that's misinformation. Your video is wrong because you did not, you see, here's the thing. When you said CF Moto, you should know that they fucked over every other country, but not us. And you need to correct that so that people... He came at me like a bitch. And I responded in kind. Because that's what I see that as. I see that as weaselly bitch shit. And I have no respect for it. He has not responded to me in 1 week with any of the marketing materials that I asked for. The very marketing materials that this gentleman over here is claiming that I should be looking at so that I know whether or not it said it would have a subscription. And I'm never going to hear back from that man. You know why, and I know why. Weasel. Now, let's move on to the criticism in that video. Why I am an asshole. He was saying that I'm doxing. One of these big YouTubers, a guy with 2.5 million subscribers, should know better. He left the contact information for one of the CF Moto employees in his video and doxed him. Let's explain what doxing is, okay? All right? Tell me if you can tell the difference between these two. Chuck Schumer at Senate.gov. Doxing or not doxing? SexySchumer528 at hotmail.com. Doxing or not doxing? See, one is a work email for a open to the public business address. A marketing manager for the United States arm of an international subsidiary is going to be a public position. It was at cfmotousa.com. Now, if I had published his name at hotmail.com, that's different. That's doxing. Jeff at amazon.com is not doxing. Lewis at rossmangroup.com is not doxing. L.A.Rossman at gmail.com, that's doxing. Some jackass actually did that 3 years ago, so I can't really use it anymore. One is personal, one is business. If you are the marketing manager of the United States subsidiary of an international company that sells products around the world, and you have a business email address, that is not doxing, my friend. And the fact that you can't tell the difference between that tells me everything that I need to know about where you're coming from and whether or not you're arguing in good faith. But we're going to get to that. Next up, the subscription is not really the scam people are making it out to be. CF Moto is undercutting the competition and they actually provide a good value. This is not the point. And in fact, if they're undercutting people up front so that they can change it into a subscription later, that's even worse. I want all the information on what it is I'm buying up front so that I can make a proper decision. I want to have all the information available so that when I'm making a decision, I get to choose whether or not I think it's a good deal. It's not up to you to choose whether or not you think it's a good deal. If I buy this thing, all right, Silicon Dust HD Home Run back in 2007 when this thing first came out, I want to know if they're going to add $50 a year to it afterwards. I may buy something different. I may buy a Fusion HD TV if Silicon Dust plans to do that, but I'm not going to know that if they don't tell me. And I need that information up front. I may have bought a CF Moto because you didn't have a subscription when somebody else did, but if you're just going to add it in later, then I may have went with somebody else because maybe they have better customer service, or maybe they have a longer warranty, or maybe I like the feel of the ride a little bit more. It's up to me to make that decision. When you say that it's a good deal, you're missing the fucking point. The point is not whether or not you think it's a good deal. The point is that they did not let customers decide whether that was a good deal. They're not going to give you back your money on what you bought because they changed the terms of the sale after the sale. You have to deal with it. Now, whether it's $30 or $300 or $3,000 or 3 cents, it makes no difference to me. Imagine I sell you a $2,000 2010 Toyota Corolla and it's got a great working air conditioner, and then a year into it, you have to pay $100 a year for the air conditioner. Do I get to say, hey, it's still a great deal, it's cheaper than every other car? No! It doesn't fucking make it okay! Next, he talks about KTM. So he's saying, like, they do a real rug pull by allowing you to play with the features for the first 600 miles, but that's only a demo. That's not a rug pull at all. They're telling you up front that this is a demo. You only get 600 miles of this, and then you have to pay. KTM at least respects you enough to tell you the terms of the sale up front so that you can determine for yourself whether or not it's worth it. They don't do the Weasley bitch thing of not charging you up front and then charging you later once you have no choice. Real adults tell you the terms of the sale up front. They don't try to change them later. There are people that hate me, that may use my service if I cost $200 and the person down the block costs $2,000 because their hate for me is not worth $1,800. But if I cost $600, even though I'm still a better deal, they may say, you know what? I hate Lewis so much, I'm going to pay $2,000 down the block. I can't tell them it's $200 because I know I'll get more customers in the beginning if I do that, and then change the price to $600 later and tell them, oh, look, see, I'm still a good deal, because that may change their decision-making process. It's not up to me to make decisions for my customers. Let's get into my real issue now, because again, all the stuff that we're arguing back and forth, it's not what's important. Here's what's important.
CF Moto video, they just gave me the motorcycle. Same thing with the helmet. I just reached out.
You got a free motorcycle from CF Moto. And then 1 year later, that same company turns something that you already paid for into a subscription, and he's defending them while calling somebody who called him out on it an asshole. He's not calling me an asshole because I doxed somebody. He's calling me an asshole because the company that gave him a free motorcycle is getting bad press as a result of me doing my video. Framework gave me a free laptop, and then they had an issue with one of their first gen machines, the one that I had, and they were not covering it under warranty. They didn't come up with an extended warranty program. They said, here's the issue, like, figure it out. Please fix this framework. Please fix this framework. Just because they gave me free shit does not mean that I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. Now, of all the people on YouTube to review their new Cube box with the 96 gigabytes of GPU accessible VRAM, am I one of them? No. Does this have something to do with it? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not here to make sure that I keep an open door to the manufacturers. I'm not here to give softball interviews to executives that work at trillion-dollar companies and not ask hard questions. I'm not here to hide from my audience when a company that I was paid 5 figures to sponsor ends up being a scam. The amount of free shit that I have missed out on at this point after 13 years in this platform, making videos in the manner that I do, could fill up all of New York City's empty commercial real estate. Like, I started this website, consumerrights.wiki. At first, it was on my main private business's domain name because it was paying for everything, rossmangroup.com. It's a website that goes over anytime any of these companies try to do this anti-ownership bullshit. It's got thousands of articles about all these different companies. And around the same time that I added this wiki, going over all these practices from all these different companies to my website, my private business just fell off Google. It's just not there anymore. If you look me up for some of the primary services that we offer, that I employ 6 people and I pay salaries to for this, we just don't exist. We used to be like between number 8 to 20 on Google for this. And now, I don't even show up. That's going to seriously fuck me in the next few weeks if I don't fix that, because that's kind of how we get business. And this is going to be a much smaller company than it is right now if I don't fix this real quick. The amount of shit that I've missed out on because I have tried to put my audience ahead of just getting a bag. To listen to someone say, you're an asshole, as they get a free fucking motorcycle from the company that they're defending for taking a product and turning it into a subscription. Are you fucking kidding me? You're neglecting to mention that the company that turned products into a subscription after the sale gave you a free motorcycle. And nowhere in that 10-minute long fucking video where you called me an asshole did you say that. But I'm the asshole. Because I showed a marketing manager of an international company's email address in my video. Tell me more. You call me an asshole, but I'll own that. I'm proud of that. The reason I'm proud of that is because he is an asshole for them, but I am an asshole for you. Who would you rather have in your corner? The day you see me do this shit on YouTube, unsubscribe from my channel. Tell all your friends to do the same. Never come back. That's my thoughts on the matter. I'll see you in the next video. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. Bye now.